Very good morning to us. Once again, my name is Henry. I want to bring a very important content to our way today. So you know that our WhatsApp group is meant for education and sharing of knowledge. So every time I come here with us, I think it can be referred to as a knowledge sharing section. Today we see that the world is already in the fourth industrial revolution, and a lot of technologies are converging. And as these technologies converge, it presents to everybody that have the knowledge and understanding about them opportunity of the decade. Like the most respected financial and business advice today in the world, the man called Tika Tikawari said that if you do not have investment in blockchain, that you should count yourself as one of the poorest person in the next decade. Yeah, that is what he said. That if you do not have investment in the blockchain, consider yourself to become a very poor man, a very poor person in the next decade. The opportunity of the decade is in the blockchain. There is no two ways about it. There is no gainsaying about it. Now, of all of the technologies that are currently converging, talking about the DNA sequence, talking about the 6G technology that's already gone to advanced stage by China, talking about the metaverse today, talking about the giant strides and breakthroughs that have been made in artificial intelligence. They are all using one infrastructure, and that is the blockchain. Just talk to me. Just tell me that why. Just tell me why. Why? What is the reason why you must not care to know about what the blockchain holds for humanity? Just tell me why you will not care to know what the blockchain is currently, you know, the revolution that is currently being experienced in the world today. Are you not noticing it? Well, it is possible. There are people that have eyes that may not be able to see. Like somebody said that it is quite unfortunate that people will have eyes, but they don't have vision. That is the most worst thing that can ever happen to a man. Now, let me bring to us this very important piece of information that if you want to have what is called personal economic liberation, if you want to have your personal, you know, uh, financial independence, then there is every need, there's every reason why you get to know what is happening in the blockchain. I was telling a group of young persons a few weeks ago that imagine the man that bought a car, a new car, and is happy and jumping and jubilation. Now, what about the man that is manufacturing thousands and millions of that car globally? How happy will it be? So if you bought a car, is it a reason for you to jump and dance and jubilate? All right. Now, a word they say is enough for the wise. Why I'm sharing this with us is because the blockchain is having a lot of career path inside of it. A lot of career path inside of the blockchain. A lot of career paths are being modeled out of the blockchain today. There's every reason you have to get proper education about it. There's every need why you have to get proper knowledge about it. Underneath, the opportunities are massive. Underneath, the opportunities are mind-blowing. We open your eyes to see some of these opportunities that the blockchain is offering. We open your eyes to see some of the grand floor profits that you can make out of the blockchain industry today. If you look at the world today, the people that ignored the blockchain technology a few years ago, the people that were bashing at the blockchain technology a few years ago, they are all developing their own blockchain today. What does that tell us? That for once humanity front run government, because the government did everything as much as possible to scare us out of this industry. But because we didn't pay attention to all what they were saying, we decided to do our own due diligence, our own research about this industry and what it is offering to humanity. And we discovered that the blockchain is a technology that on its own, it is transparent. On its own, it is immutable. On its own, it is uninterruptible. What a powerful technology. Just imagine organizations, factories, and industries today running on a principle of incorruptibility, on a principle of immutability, on a principle of transparency. Tell me, will there be chances or room for failures? Absolutely no. That is the reason why today all the big brands in the world today, they have no choice, but rather they are fully in on the blockchain, making use of the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is a revolutionary technology. It cannot be ignored by anyone. You ignore the blockchain, you ignore it at your own peril. You ignore the blockchain, you place yourself, you box yourself at a very tight corner, you put yourself 10 years back. That is simply what it is. So in essence, in summary, I want us not to be indolent. I don't want us to be lackadaisical with information that we share with us today. I've shared with us a couple of technologies and how we can take opportunity of those technology, all of them running on the blockchain. Why then you go to sleep very comfortable without doing anything? You see our world today. I mean, it is not time for us to depend on any government. Globally today, you see crisis, financial crisis. You see the inflation. They cause inflation of, as a matter of fact, that is a topic for another day. So I want to urge us here to wake up. For those of us that are in slumber, to wake up and think of how we can get proper knowledge in this industry. Think of how we can be well equipped so that we can position ourselves to make the most out of this industry. This industry is minting millionaires and billionaires on daily basis. A lot is going on. I don't want to make the video to be long, but I just want to keep it simple and short, telling us one thing, that it is time for us to stand up and move forward and see how we can get the knowledge and the education on how to strategically position ourselves to make the most out of the opportunity of the decade, as Tika Tika Wari call it, for ourselves and our families. That is what it is. Politicians move into position and amass wealth for themselves and generation yet unborn. The blockchain industry today has the opportunity for us, is offering us opportunity to amass wealth for ourselves and even to our 10th generation. What is happening in politics is child's play. Even though what they are doing there cannot be justified by any means, commonwealth of the people amassing it to themselves, we don't want to talk about that. We don't talk about politics here. What we talk about here, we talk about investing and investment, knowledge and education. That is what we talk about here. I want to keep it simple and short. At this point, I want to say a very big thank you to Ross. We'll be starting a new class in the Bayelsa Tech Hub by next week. It is going to be a very powerful section for those of us that will be attending. And I think after our section, after that period, our eyes, those of us that will attend, our eyes are going to be open beyond our imagination, beyond what we ever thought. So therefore, I want to urge us to start and restructure our thinking and our mindset on how we can be aggressive in acquiring the knowledge and the education that is needed for us to once again strategically position ourselves to make the most out of the opportunities that this industry is offering to us. This is the industry that has come up with an asset class that is an inflation edge. This is the industry that has come up with an asset class that is profitable more than every other asset class that have existed in humanity. This is the industry that is offering to us an asset class that is a store of value. I want to say a big thank you to us. See you in my next video. I remain my humble self, Henry. Bye for now.